All right, today we are factoring trinomials. It's our second day, and we're factoring with a higher degree. So we have been dealing with trinomials that have squared as the highest. So here we're going to have a fourth, or a 6, or an 8. It's going to be a higher degree, and as you can hopefully see, it's got to be even. All right, it's got to be even, and it's really just what we've been doing. But what's nice about this process here is this number, or this letter, the a squared, is the one that you have to use in the beginning. Squared. So a squared has to be going here and here, because when we do the check, if we don't have an a squared here and an a squared here, and let's just do this one. So this would be 6 and 4, and positive, negative. When we do the check here, I guess we could do the check without the signs, but when this is a to the 4th. When we multiply here, this is 6a squared, and then this one is going to be negative 4a squared, and these two together is negative 24. When you add these together, you're going to get that middle term. So this term right here, this number, the exponent, is always half of this one. So when we're factoring a trinomial that could possibly be factored, this exponent always has to be half of this one, and whatever is written here is written first. Okay, so we can't break this one up into the third, a to the third, say here, and a to the first here, because we could never get those squared terms there. So that's what that's about. So the joy that's going to happen here, and I know you're very excited about it, is at this point, hopefully you realize you can factor this again. So a squared plus 6 can't be factored, but a squared minus 4 is the difference of 2 squares. So it's a plus 2, a minus 2. So we're just going to have lots of amazing extra factoring happening. Each problem will give us a plethora of joy. So it'll be nice. You should look forward to it. All right, so b to the 8th. So as I just said, I'm probably going to ask you a question now. Right, so this term here, the exponent on the b, should be a 4th. Remember, this always matches this in the first spot, or wherever spot this one is. Okay, so b to the 4th goes there. Now we just have to do our check, or our guess. So this is the 28. Now hopefully you're getting good enough at this that you don't have to go and check every second. This is going to be a negative 7 and a positive 4. When you check here, this is negative 7b to the 4th. This is positive 4b to the 4th. So this is negative 3b to the 4th. We do enough examples or enough practice in class that hopefully you don't need to, write out the check like I just did every time. All right? I wish I could, but I can't. I look here, I'm like, oh, could I factor that? No, I can't, because it's a sum of 2 squares, and so that can't be factored. And that's it then. And 7 is not a perfect square, so that can't be factored anymore. That is the final answer. That is factored as much as it can. Right, this last one, always look for your GCF first. I knew there wasn't a GCF in the last ones, but always check for it. Remember, this guy is not even. It's odd, so I couldn't be doing this anyway. This one is not half of this one, so lots of arrows going on here. I feel like I'm a football player. Let's do this. This one is not half of this one, so something's wrong. Something has to give. So I'm going to factor out a GCF of x, and I'll be left with 2x to the 4th minus x squared minus 1. Oh, now that looks nice. Now this one is half of that one. This is even. Everything is beautiful. We're happy factoring here. So this x, remember to bring your GCF down. It has to follow through the whole problem. Now this is 2x to the 4th, so you know that this has to be x squared here and here, because this has to match this one. But we have to put a 2 here. So we have to do our coefficient other than 1 on that leading term. So when we do this, It's got to be 2x and x. There's really no other one to do. The factors of 2 are 2 and 1. That's it. Now these two have to multiply to 1, or negative 1 in that case. So there it is. Now you have to decide where the positive and negatives go. Here's my check. So this is 2x squared, 1x squared. So if I need to have a negative 1 here, then I know this 2 has to be negative, x has to be positive, and when I do that, I get negative 1x squared, which is what I need. So this one is negative, so this one is the one that gets changed. If this one is positive, this is positive. Let's see if I can erase. Yep, I can. This is why pencil is good, because you generally have more work to do. I guess I could bring it down because this is a computer, but whatever. So now, can I factor any more? Anytime you have an exponent of any kind, so here I have an exponent of 2, of any kind, meaning anything higher than 1, you have to see if you can factor again. So this one can't. This is not anything. This x squared is a perfect square, but 2 isn't. So this can't be factored again, but this one can. That's x squared minus 1. So we need to bring this down and go a little further. So now this one is x plus 1, x minus 1. Remember, these two I'm not factoring, but they still have to be brought down. So here's my final answer. I would like to win $1 million. All right, have a good day.